So you're going to learn that we are 1 degree of separation from everyone. So everybody's a trusted connection. I really want to make that clear. If you want to get in front of the right people, the best way to do it is via an introduction. And we have completely changed the game. So thank you for WinTrade, because what we're about to show you is the WinTrade trusted Chrome extension that's going to really, really help you do this. So super excited. I'm going to share my screen now. I'm going to quickly show you. Then what I'm going to do is, once I've shown it to you, we're actually going to go through, and for those of you on right now, you're going to actually install it. Okay. And you're going to actually start using it immediately. And what your goal is, okay, is your goal is to get this little Chrome extension over here, this little WinTrade Global. It's a Chrome extension and it floats on top of LinkedIn like this. Now, this little WinTrade Global expands. And what it's going to allow you to do first and foremost is build your own separate database of your key connections. So I've got 29,000 connections, 27,000 connections, and so many people, so many of those connections I don't know. So now what I'm going to be able to do now is I'm creating my own separate database of those connections I know and trust. And I'm going to show you how I do this in a second. It's just 1 click away. But this is my database. This is my close connections. These are the people that I'm going to be doing business with, the ones who are advocating for me. So what is a trusted connection? A trusted connection is someone that I know well enough to refer them. Simple as that. So I've got about 400 or so, 500 or so trusted connections because I'm an avid networker. All right. Now, when you install it, you're going to see something else that's really cool. You're going to see the WinTrade Global Members List. Now, this is your community, guys. This is your WinTrade community. And I'm going to talk to you about what it means to go from 2-dimensional into 3-dimensional. The 2-dimensional members list is this long list. Now, you'll have access to all the other WinTrade members. As you can see, these are the global members right here. And you can see that they're on this list. If you install it and you're not on this list, it's either because you're obviously not a paying member, or alternatively, it's because that we haven't got your correct URL for LinkedIn. So if you are a member of WinTrade and you don't see, and this is blank for you, let us know and just make sure that we've got your correct LinkedIn profile URL, and we'll quickly fix that for you. So it's this beautifully designed, well done to the design team. It's really amazing. You now have access to the the WinTrade members list. And from here, you can now do something amazing. You can go from 2D into 3D. Now, what does that mean? So here's your WinTrade members, right? Your fellow members, your compadres, your friends. Now, if you haven't met these people, you can go to their LinkedIn profile and you can meet them, and you can go straight to a one-on-one. Joel, there you are. Joel's on right now. So it's good to have you, Joel. So I might be picking on you every now and again, just because you've got a really cool photo as well as being a really cool guy. So here's the WinTrade Globals network. Okay. And you can see them all. Now we're going to go 3D. What does that mean? Now it gets interesting. Right now, there are 81 members of WinTrade and growing. So what you're going to see now is you're going to see there's numbers next to certain people's names. Okay. So as I scroll down, you're going to see, for example, Susie Briscoe, 30. Well done, Susie. Ruby's got 2. Nina's got 5. Joe's got 22. This person's got 1. Mia. Lauren's got 1. Joel's got a couple. So you can see these. Whoa, Sydney's got 99. 1 more to a century. So what does this mean? Now you can go 3-dimensional. What you can see, what these numbers represent, is it represents their trusted connections. So in other words, what Pauline has done is she's gone in and she's added 27 of her trusted connections. What Sydney's done is she's added 99 of her trusted connections. Now, if I click the WinTrade button, I can view Sydney's trusted connections. This is like going back in the old days when it was like women used to smoke those long stem cigars and men would drink their brandy and it'd be, hello, who have you had a chance to meet? I had a wonderful meeting with Thompson from the Candlestick Makers Guild. Thompson, the old bastard, he never meets me, he ignores my calls. Well, let me introduce you. If he will take your calls if I introduce him. Oh, brilliant. Okay, let's do that. So that's how it was done. You didn't reach out to people cold. Everything was done with an introduction. So you can see Sydney's trusted connections, and you can start requesting introductions from them. I'm trying to show you how profound this is. It's a complete game changer. Just like Cam searched and found a yacht captain in the middle of the Mediterranean who was 1 degree of separation from someone I know. The same thing can happen with you. You can get in front of incredible people using the system. And you've got your WinTrade global community right there. So what I'm going to ask you guys all to do is, one of the first things to do is check this out. Sure, go and have a look at your global members list, but I want you to add your trusted connections. Start bringing on board your trusted connections and start building your own database, your own community of people that you know and trust. As you connect with other people in WinTrade, they will then be able to see your trusted connections and you can see theirs. It's all permission based. So don't worry, everything's about permission and it's very carefully curated. And this becomes powerful. I'm going to use Lynette here. Well done, Lynette. So Lynette has got 20 trusted connections. If I go and click this little button, I can see her 20 trusted connections. And I can now connect with somebody in Canada and I can try and get people all over the world. Do you see what I can do? I can now get meetings simply by requesting introductions, giving a reason for that introduction, and asking Lynette to introduce me. Do you see the power? This is where things become alive. It's three-dimensional networking. No longer do I have to go. Let me use another example. If I wanted to meet Sean in Canada and I go onto Sean's LinkedIn profile, normally I would reach out to him cold. And I'd go, hey, Sean, I've got the greatest company in the whole, oh, sorry, I'm in England mostly. Hey, Sean, I've got the greatest, I've got the greatest company in the world, mate. Come on, let's do business. Have a meeting with me. Go on. So, it's not going to work. Sean's just going to completely and utterly ignore me. But I can see trusted connection alert. Sean Pingatore is a trusted connection of Lynette Trumper. What does that mean? It means I should ask Lynette to introduce me to Sean. It's a mindset change. And it's an incredible, incredible mindset change, because now you can proactively go out and get referrals instead of reactively waiting until you go old and gray for someone to refer you. So simply, the first thing I want you guys to do when we install it, and I'm going to show you how to do it in a few seconds, is I want you to start building your trusted connections. And the first person I want you to add is the legendary Sydney. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, before I do, I want to ask you all a question in the chat, right? Can you please put in the chat? Can you please let me know in the chat on a scale of 1, 2, or 3, how technically literate you are? So 3, if you know how Chrome extensions work, type 3 into the chat. You've used Chrome extensions and you're pretty technically straight away. C. Webley goes, yes, I'm in. Joel is a 7. Thank you. Joel is a 7 out of 3. Well done, Joel. He's a legend. So, so a couple of 3s and the odd 2. So that's great. I just want you to get an idea of how literate you are. Put a 1 if you are really going, I don't know how this computer thing works. You must be at least a 1 or you wouldn't even be able to use Zoom. So nobody's a 0. So just put 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So Emily, you look like you're the only, Emily and Ruby, I want you to please not freak out. Okay. Don't worry. Sit back, relax, watch what I do. We'll be able to help you later. We will even open a breakout room for you later to get proper tech support, because by hook or by crook, you're going to be working this baby. Okay. You're going to be connecting, and it's very possible and very likely you'll even be able to get a referral today on this call while you're watching this. That's how powerful this is, an introduction. And it's so amazing, guys. All right. Now, any questions urgently before we begin? I'd like you to main questions till the end, but is anything pressing? All thumbs up.
Just keep an eye out on the chats for if there are any questions coming through, and I'll let you know if I see anything.
Thank you, my son. Isn't he a great kid? Oh, awesome. Okay, so if there's anything urgent, post it in the chat and let's go. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get you connected and we're going to start going. This is the WinTrade Global Network Accelerator Chrome extension, and we've spent a lot of time and effort building this, and it's just beautiful. It might still have the occasional issue, so if you find something that's not quite working, please let us know. All right, because we want you to give us feedback. Nothing's perfect in tech. We all know that. So hope you guys are ready to go and start making some referrals and getting started. So what I want you to do is I want you to follow me. This unfortunately does not yet work on Firefox. It only works on Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. So you'll need to use your Chrome or Microsoft Edge to make it work. So what you're going to do is you're going to click Add to Chrome. All right, you're going to click Add Extension, and within about 5 seconds, it's installed. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Already installed. Okay. It'll install here. Now you will see this funny little annoying puzzle piece thingy. All right. I call it a thingy. That's a technical term for it. There's a little thingy here. You'll need to open it and you'll need to click a pin if you're using Google Chrome or an I if you Edge, but there's a little pin next to the WinTrade Global Accelerator. Click on that and you should now have this super sexy logo icon sitting here. Now what I would like you to do is I would like you to just watch me first. Okay, watch me first, and then you can follow. Now you must be logged into LinkedIn. So if you're not normally logged into LinkedIn, open another little window and go to linkedin.com and make sure that you are logged in. Okay, because if you're not logged in, you're going to get an error. So please just make sure that you are logged in on LinkedIn. All right, but most of you will be by default anyway. What you then do is you click on this little WinTrade Global Network Accelerator. You click on it. And there's a nice button here. Don't worry about the rest of it. It's called Proceed to LinkedIn. Don't do it yet. Watch me first. You're going to click on this little logo and you're going to click on the Proceed to LinkedIn. It should then take you to your personal LinkedIn profile, which you're going to do. And you should see a big button saying, is this you? All right. Now you're going to open the Is This You? This should be your beautiful face smiling back at you, like it's my beautiful face smiling back at me right now. When you see your face smiling back at you, I want you to say, yes, this is me. Assuming, of course, it's you. If it's not, then there's quite a few life coaches and things and therapists that I'm sure we can introduce you as part of the WinTrade network. But it should be you. So if you're unable to identify yourself, plenty of coaches who can assist you. But it should be you. If it's you, you say, yes, this is me. And once again, say, yes, this is me. And congratulations, you are now logged in. You're in, guys. You've done it. That's how complicated it was. No fancy logins and forms to fill out and all that nonsense. Now, once again, if you are a member of WinTrade, the global member, right, already, and you are not on this list, please take your LinkedIn URL and send it to our beloved Sydney. Okay, please email it to Sydney. We'll get this fixed for you and we'll make sure you appear on this list. If you're not a global member, then you need to ask yourself an important question. Why not? Why are you not a global member? And then to answer that question, you'll contact Sydney and she'll get you signed up and hooked in. So now you've got the global members list. Okay. Now you can scroll down and look for example, Susie. Susie's got 30 trusted connections. What does that mean? It means that Susie is a good person to connect to. So if you don't know Susie Briscoe, I suggest you go to her LinkedIn profile and connect with her on LinkedIn and go, hey, Susie, you're WinTrade. I'm WinTrade. Let's get together and make magic happen. And then you get together and you make magic happen with Susie. And when the magic has happened, you guys can now give birth to all each other's trusted connections. This is what I talk about, 3-dimensional networking. Isn't that amazing, guys? You don't have to like hunt and wait and scour and spam and all that horrible stuff. You can get 1-degree handshake, human to human introductions to the people that you want to meet. If you're unsure of who you want to meet, then you might have a business problem and you need to have a conversation with a good business person to work out who do you want to get in front of. But you should know the kinds of people that you're looking for in your target audience. And I'm sure you do. Beautiful.
Could I just add one thing, Scott, to what you just said? Because it was
Sydney.
absolutely perfect. You said if you're not sure who your ideal person that you want to be connected to is, you have a problem. Well, WinTrade Global has a solution because we have a range of members advisors. And one of them is a market researcher and ideal customer expert. And you can get a free consultation with her as you know, as well as a range of advisors. So that's just another reason to become a WinTrade Global Premium member.
Beautiful, Sydney. Thank you. So that expert is a good person to chat to, especially if they're going to give you a free session. Take them up on that offer because you really need to know who you're speaking to. Now that you've got this installed, now we can start adding to trusted connections. So what I'd like you all to do is go to Sydney's LinkedIn profile. And if you're not a first-degree connection, please connect with Sydney. Okay. I want you to do one other thing as well. I want you to go to me so you can practice as well. I'm going to put my LinkedIn there for those who want to. You don't have to connect with me if you do not want to. The point is, I want you to start adding trusted connections. And the way that you're going to do that, okay, is to make sure someone's first degree. So connect with me. I should be a first degree. If I'm not, I will accept your LinkedIn connection request now to make sure. But you should be first degree connections with Sydney, all of you. So what do you do? How does this all work? Well, once again, you will have a button to push. And that button is going to be on here, and it's going to say add to trusted connections. All right. Now, this will be orange when you're on Sydney, and you'll see who else Sydney knows. It gives you an alert. She's very, very connected. So she's a very good person to have a trusted connection with. And then I'm going to push this button at the bottom here, add Sydney to trusted connections. It's green at the bottom. All you do is you click on it. You say, I trust this person. And you say, I trust this person again. And congratulations, Sydney is now in your trusted connections. Okay, so now you can then click the WinTrade logo at the bottom, and you can see all of Sydney's 100 trusted connections, and you can request introductions from anybody that you would like to meet. This is the power of what we can do. So I want you all to please add Sydney and or myself. I can see there's a few people. I'm going to accept you all now, all right, as a trusted connection. Because like LinkedIn, when you have more trusted connections, you can see more of their trusted connections, and your network starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you can do that. It'll also bring up this little message over here, which is really cool. Okay. And you can, if you wish, tell the person you're adding to trusted connections that you're adding them. If you don't want to tell them, you don't have to. It's your choice. But this little template pop up. Right. Now you can go look at my trusted connections, which will be yours, and you'll see my name. You'll see I've got lots and lots of trusted connections. And even if you advanced and you see somebody you like, request a referral. And if you're really good, I might even make that referral for you. So you'll do that by simply pushing the request referral button and request an introduction and give a reason. There's a request introduction button there. If you're using 2 LinkedIn profiles, you need to use 2 instances. Otherwise, you've got to quickly log in and log out each time, which can be a bit time consuming. So if you focus on one, also, if you've got My Most Trusted installed, you can uninstall My Most Trusted. You can install the WinTrade version like you've got here, and all your data is still there. It won't work on a tablet. It'll have to be a desktop, unfortunately, as far as I know. Cherie can confirm, but I don't think it works because an iPad is considered mobile.
Scott, can I just add something to that, to a question from Fayola? She is a premium WinTrade Global member. Every day we will renew our members directory, but what we do need is your LinkedIn link in the members directory. You can add that to your profile. So if you look at the left-hand side of our platform, you'll see your name. If you click on that, you can adjust your profile. Alternatively, Scott did say, and I'll stand by it, email me your LinkedIn profile and we'll add you manually. So I'll just put my email in the chat box again.
Thank you, Sydney. That's great. So this members list is only for paying members, of course, of WinTrade, but anybody can use the extension. You just won't see the members list. You can add trusted connections. You can see each other's trusted connections. What you also want to take a look at is the global leaderboard of super connectors. Okay. These are people with hundreds of trusted connections. These are super connectors. So Sydney, for example, is a super connector. You want to connect with super connectors around the world. Not all of these people, most of them will not be from WinTrade. This is how you can start to break away out of the WinTrade community, which you're part of, and that's great. You've got all the WinTrade members, and start to start connecting with people all over the world in different countries. You can even say countries. So let's say, I'm looking for good people in Australia that I want to meet. Let's meet Debbie Small. I'm going to reach out to Debbie and say, hey, Debbie, I see you're a My Most Trusted user. I'm a My Most Trusted user. Let's have a connect. Let's have a chat. You've got lots of trusted connections. I want to get to know you. And you can meet people all over the world and open incredible doors. Once again, these are real people. LinkedIn, first degree, second degree means nothing. Nobody knows people. It's all over the place. Every single person in here knows the people in their trusted connections. It's all legitimately done. It's very, very specific and very careful. They are manually and carefully curated and added. So when you add your trusted connections, you're now becoming part of an international group, which you can now start connecting to. Another way that you can connect to the international group is when you hit 20 trusted connections. All right. So my suggestion to you is reach out to other WinTrade members. Go to your first degree connections list. See people you know and trust. Add them to your trusted connections. Go to the leaderboard of super connectors. Meet people. Add them to your trusted connections. When you reach 20 trusted connections, something very special happens. You will now be able to use the entire search network and be able to search the entire database of almost 14,000 people. This is incredible. This will replace your LinkedIn search, at least to start with. Why? Because why would you search LinkedIn and get hit with fake profiles? Most of them you don't know. Most of them don't even use LinkedIn. They're just arbitrary people, and they are pretty much useless to you. When you go to this search and you start using this network search, everybody that comes up in that search is legitimate. So if I'm looking for a lawyer and I'm looking for a lawyer in the United Kingdom, right? Job title, lawyer, industry, I can do school, search, exact, just like a LinkedIn search. And I run that search. Here are all the lawyers that come up. All right, let's see who we've got lawyers. This person helps dress lawyers, owner of Law Point, specialist business contract lawyers. So Tracy O'Connell is the owner of a law firm, right? I will never get to meet Tracy, but I know William, so I can go to William, have a chat with William and ask William for an introduction to Tracy. Vicky, corporate lawyer specializing in independent healthcare. I would never be able to reach out to Vicky, but I can see she knows Laura. Now, I don't know Laura, right? But because I've hit my 20 super connector status, I know that the ethical way to do it is I should reach out to Laura, meet Laura. She'll meet with me because we're both part of my most trusted. Very good chance. She's part of my network, right? Meet with Laura and then ask Laura to introduce me to Vicky. Same with Cindy. All these lawyers are in here, accountants, lawyers, Microsoft training for lawyers, not really the right person. Founder and managing director of Jones Chase Employment Lawyers. Look at the quality, guys, of people that you can reach in this. It's mind blowing. I look at this. We've got 14,000 people in the network. As you add your trusted connections, the network gets bigger and bigger. But it's all done with the authenticity of always making sure that you're not going to spam somebody. You always reach out to the person who knows the person first. And that's how you get in the door.
And can I
This
add
is how I
to
book
that
all my
really
meetings,
quickly,
guys.
Scott?
This is how I work. Did somebody want to say something?
Can I add to that really quickly, Scott?
Sure.
As a premium WinTrade Global member, you'll have weekly matchmaking suggestions with other members. You have a 15-minute virtual coffee with that suggested member. And now you've actually met the people who could potentially introduce you to other people. Once you've had that quick virtual coffee, you can then look in our members directory, see who they're connected to, who you'd like to be introduced to, and you can legitimately ask them, because that is an authentic relationship rather than just a sort of vague, spamming, distant relationship.
I love it. So what Sydney's essentially saying there is, remember, this Chrome extension is just one part of the Accelerator program. If you join WinTrade Accelerator, you don't just get this Chrome extension, you get their platform, and they do weekly matchmaking where you can specifically match with somebody. You can meet them, like Sydney says. So all the benefits of having this are amazing. And that's why we wanted to work with Sydney and the team, because the people are incredible. I want you guys to know that I've worked with WinTrade for a while now, and the trusted connections that are already within WinTrade are extraordinary. We're talking CEOs, managing directors, director level, C-suite level of big corporations around the world. They're not necessarily members of WinTrade, but they're the trusted connections of the members of WinTrade. This is where it gets mind-blowing. And I hope the penny drops, guys. I hope you guys do, the first thing you do is you rush out and try to get your 20 trusted connections within WinTrade. So other WinTrade Global members can see your trusted connections. You can see theirs, you can get referrals, and you can break out of the whole WinTrade and start going global. This is incredible. The people you can get in front of for your business are mind-blowing. And it's one handshake away, 1 degree of separation away. That's how powerful it is.